Here's an episode called Funny Photos. This is a complete blind reaction. I have never seen it. I don't know what the log line is. Totally blind. Let's do this.
Surrender thy booty, ye scurvy dogs.
Jewelry box. Tonight you sleeps with the fishes.
Shiver me timbers. Prepare the rolled up sock cannon first mate lash.
Aye, aye, Captain Anaconda.
Yeah, that's right, Gina's the first mate. Yeah, damn.
Hey, how come we never get any socks?
Because we're the ruthless sea pirates. You're just the helpless merchant ships that we viciously plunder.
Oh, okay. Well, let's play again.
Don't touch the floor, Johnny Abadi. You'll be eaten by sharks.
Hey, the floor is lava.
Johnny Abadi,
Only water in
why
this
does
case.
the hat that is on your head have a picture of Spangly Jangles with his head stuck in a mailbox?
Huh? Avast! Being eaten by sharks, you be?
Yeah,
You're not playing anymore, Gordy Reinhardt.
darn it.
So now we are looking at our newest discovery, which is called Funny Photos, on account of their photos that are funny. Look at Carl Carlson with a big rip in his pants.
Cartoon print underwear.
Tamagotchi running away from that angry swarm of bees.
Who is a caricature in
Please, oh. Who knew
less
that
progressive
reading the
times.
newspaper could be fun. All that time I wasted running outside and playing when I could have been reading the newspaper.
Hey, wait a second. There are no more funny photos. The rest is all unfunny photos and news stories and junk.
Try the police blogs.
It's not all junk, Angela Anaconda. It says here that they'll give us $10 if we send in a funny photo that they print in the paper.
Then I think it is time that we got into the business of being in the photograph business. Come on, I know that it is in here somewhere in here.
Hey, a plunger. Plunge, 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 plunge.
Found it! This is my dad's old instant camera that he used to take instant pictures with.
Polaroids, yes,
We just
and they
have to
made a
figure out
comeback.
Something funny to take pictures of.
Hey, I know. Look at my funny faces.
Whoa,
Johnny Abadi,
trippy.
We do not want people to laugh at pictures of us. We want people to laugh at pictures of other people who are not us.
Schadenfreude.
I like laughing at other people.
Quick, Dad, do something that is funny.
Hey, look! I'm an elephant.
Out of me way, ye scurvy scurvys. Careful, Johnny. That thing's been in a toilet.
Guys, we got a rejection letter from Funny Photos. It says, if you want to be considered for funny photos, please send us pictures that are actually funny.
Before the
To
internet,
get a funny picture into the funny photos,
people will always
it
be
looks like
assholes.
We've got to give funniness a helping hand. Now we just wait for someone to fall into the mud and snap a funny photo.
wow, they're kind of assholes in this one.
Stupid smart guy.
Looks like we have to find a way to make someone fall into that puddle.
I got an idea.
Johnny, that's a great idea. Putting a banana peel in front of the puddle is sure to make
There's also
someone
going to be
slip
issues
and
of
fall in.
consent when you take those
I just
pictures as
wanted a
well.
banana.
Because you need permission to do that. Ethics. Oh, this is another one I try to avoid the subject,
We have to set
but
up more than one banana.
this show is extremely culturally insensitive. Every depiction of a foreigner is very unpleasant.
Lick.
Also, pause. Johnny is totally looking up her dress right now.
You know, Angela Anaconda, mud baths are only fashionable if you take them at a spa.
Maybe we could put some atomic death wish hot sauce on a slice of pizza. Then we can take a picture of whoever eats it howling in misery.
Scare Nona with my monkey yell, and she'll drop the dough on her head. Dough on heads is funny.
butt of their own joke. So it's not totally horrible.
Hot, hot, hot. I just came to pick up my pizza, but the show was quite entertaining as well.
Johnny gets hit with a broom.
Now remember,
God, Johnny gets so much abuse in this show.
the bucket will dump all the applesauce on them, and then we'll take the picture for funny photos.
Okie dokie.
I hope this
They're gonna be the
works,
ones in the
Gina
paper,
Lash.
aren't they?
Kind of, I feel like I am running out of funny.
It's kind of like how in sitcoms you see people trying to get on America's Funniest Home Videos,
We cannot reach it on account of we are too
or depending on the
little.
show, trying to get on
Whatever
Jackass.
will we do?
If only someone taller than us would come along and reach up and grab the string.
Hey, girls, I happened to overhear you talking, and I thought maybe I could help.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. This will be the funniest funny photo ever.
I don't know whether to laugh my head off or laugh my butt off.
What? Where did that kite come from?
Thank you for retrieving my kite, Mr. Mapperson. It saves me the trouble of having Alfredo climb the tree to get it.
Well, I'm glad I could be of help, girls, but I should be going now. Those cinnamon swirls don't bake
Why don't they go
themselves.
after more of Angela's antagonists, Mark and Derek, or Miss Brinks?
I forgot to let the string down.
Guys, what happened to the applesauce?
I
Uh-oh.
don't know.
Is that the applesauce you were looking for, Angela Anaconda?
Schadenfreude!
My mom half an hour.
If you don't know, it's from Avenue Q. It's a great song.
I cannot believe that we still never even once got to take even one funny photo.
Well, at least we got to climb a tree.
Would any of you care to have a look at today's funny photos? There's some especially funny ones that I think you will enjoy.
Hey,
Hilarious.
who are those losers in the mud puddle?
Those losers are not losers, Johnny Abadi. On account of those losers are us.
And look at the rest. Alfredo was following me around all day with the camera, taking photos for my pictorial essay entitled A Day in the Life of Nanette Manoir. When I saw how splendidly these pictures of you turned out, well, I just couldn't resist sending them to funny photos.
So, Minnie War Manoir couldn't resist putting me in the paper, could she? Well, maybe I should put
I don't know, I
her in
think
the paper.
considering that they were trying to do this to other people,
Extra, extra, read
it's
all
kind of
about
deserved
it.
here, but
New
still.
evidence found. Nanette Manoir is not only un-French, but she is also unhuman.
Oh, that's hilarious! Yes, National Enquirer, that's brilliantly funny!
Super scientist Gina Lash will say.
Monkey Girl discovered. I like Bat Boy.
Extra, extra, Monkey Poo Manoir abducted by space alien from outer space.
Honey, make a monkey out of you. Hilarious. Oh,
The aliens took me into
what are they gonna do? Oh,
noodle brain.
trippy.
Meaning no brains will say.
Whoa, what are they gonna do?
Marry an alien.
So, child bride. That's hilarious.
Extra, extra, read all
That's
about
funny.
it. Earth declares celebration as Minnie Pooh is removed from our planet forever.
That's hilarious.
And I used the money from the funny photos to get myself a manicure.
What is the meaning of all this commotion? It's so noisy in here I can barely enjoy my prune juice.
Mrs. Brinks,
Yeah.
look at these
How
hilarious
dare you have
photos
fun
of each
when you're
other.
not in class?
Very on class. My hair! My beautiful hair!
Oh dear, I've befouled my favorite student.
Angela Anaconda, do you still have film in your camera?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, violence.
Somehow, I think that the next edition of Funny Photos is ever.
Traumatizing people is fun. That was hands down one of the trippiest revenge fantasies I have ever seen in this show. Probably up there with sadistic, but most out there in terms of imagery. Thought it was gonna go really, really dark for a second there. Thought this was gonna turn to the first episode of South Park, which, for those of you who don't know, is called Cartman Gets an Anal Probe. Got a little worried there. Changing the subject. This episode hasn't really aged all that well. And part of that is due to technology and more of a presence with social media and camera phones. In that, storytelling might issue is that they're actively trying to embarrass people, and they're going after people who are really nice to them in the majority of the show, such as Johnny's Nona and Mr. Mapperson, who runs their favorite bakery. Might have been a little funnier if they went after someone like Mark and Derek or Miss Brinks. Mark and Derek would definitely be the kind of guys who'd be, oh, it's just a joke, man, it's just a joke. They'd be probably a little easier in terms of targets, and it'd be really, really funny to watch that. And Miss Brinks thinks so highly of herself, it'd be funny. But there are also, nowadays, some real issues with taking pictures of people and publishing them without their permission. Now, the law is that when you're in a public space, you can take a picture of whatever you want, even of strangers, even of other people. But there are still moral issues with invasion of privacy, depending on the content, and libel, slander, because it's very easy to misrepresent somebody and cause actual damage to their reputation. I'm not going to say that the characters should know this already because they're kids, but it really should have been addressed more. The Loud House, I know, had an episode doing exactly that, which was really good, and it's actually an important message. Now, I do think the episode had some funny moments and funny ideas. Again, that revenge fantasy was so out there, and definitely had some tabloid history in there, which is always fun. And did you notice Ms. Brinks laughing at the end at Ned's misfortune? I think she's an older version of January and Carly, and it might be probably why she sucks up to her. But some of the way it aged did take me out of it, even though, like I said, I still like these characters, and I still think it's fun. I still find the general awkwardness funny. I think it could have been funnier. But kudos to some of the tabloid imagery. I do think some of that stuff is always going to be around, and I guess you could really update it and play around with clickbait and tabloid headlines and sensational journalism. I think some of the ideas in this episode are that much more relevant now, so that some of the jokes look a little tame by today's standards. Yeah. Though, by the way, stick around for tomorrow. I'm actually going to be making another Anaconda video tomorrow talking about the animation. I do have something else to say on how I think it would look today. So be prepared for that.